Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. You may or may not have noticed just looking at the date that I am still on the 14th day of spring, which is where I left off in the last video. I started to play, I finished up my day, and I was minding my own business going into the next day when I accidentally triggered an event that I didn't mean to. And so some of the stuff I said in the last video is sort of moot, and I'm just going to take the time to correct myself because I made a mistake. And it was my fault for not double checking my research, so I do apologize for that. Last video, basically, I talked about triggering the next proposal in between our sheep festival and our horse festival. And in my mind, logically, I thought, since this event involves Vaughn, well, we can only trigger it on a Monday or a Tuesday when he's in town, but apparently that is not the case. So I ended up saving at the end of today because when I was playing on the 15th day of spring, accidentally triggered the proposal event between Vaughn and the person that he is to marry. And long story short, I hadn't saved in about a half an hour, 40 minutes-ish, and I was just kind of too lazy to go back to the end of the 14th day and replay my entire day all over again. I had kind of gone AFK and sort of forgot all the things that I had done during the day, so kind of had to rework the schedule a little bit here. So this is the proposal event between Sabrina and Vaughn. Hello, how are you doing? I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd drop by. Please come in, I'll get you some tea. No, here's fine. There's something I need to tell you. Oh my, what could it be? Sabrina, is he your guest? Oh, father. Perfect. Both of you should hear. I want to ask for your hand in marriage, Sabrina. Marriage? Marriage? You calm my nerves, Sabrina. I like that feeling. I shall be a devoted wife, Vaughn. Sabrina, I forbid you to wed an uncouth lout such as he. Father, how dare you address my future husband like that? Sabrina. I know I'll make Sabrina happy, so I'd really like your blessing. I'll do whatever it takes to get you to approve. I wouldn't force Sabrina's hand. Vaughn. Well, if you truly love Sabrina that much, then fine. If you'll go that far, I shall give you my blessing. Oh, thank you, Father! However, should you break your word, my wrath shall be that of a gale-force wind. I'd never hurt anyone, let alone Sabrina. I'm glad we have your blessing, thanks. So there's that event. Gotta admit, Vaughn has some stones just to march right in and drop that bomb on Sabrina and her dad. Regis is a little intimidating. I mean, to me, he kind of looks like Count Chocula, so kind of not intimidating, but I can sort of see how he would be because he's rich and powerful, and you know, he's sort of classist, I think, as well, which he obviously brought up in the event. Very, very protective of his daughter. But that's a pretty nice event, and I think those two go really, really well together. Their events are really, really sweet. So that was really the main thing that I wanted to address and correct from the last video. Apparently you can trigger this outside of a Monday or a Tuesday once you have triggered all the other previous events and they are ready for the last proposal event. I had been avoiding the manor like the plague, and for some reason I thought it was a good idea to go into the manor late at night when everybody was home, and there walked in Vaughn, and I was not expecting it. So because of that, the wedding kind of falls in an awkward place where I decided to play ahead and skip the sheep festival. I made a separate save for that, so we're not going to miss out. We are going to be able to watch that. And then a few days later, we've got our wedding. And then very, very shortly after that, we have our horse festival. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go straight to the clip for the wedding, just to make everything sort of consistent so we can see that right away. So here we are on the night of the 21st day of spring, which, by the way, is also my most recent save. I haven't played past this point, so this is sort of where I'm at. After the last video on the 14th, I played exactly a week. Like I said, we will go back and watch the sheep festival and take part in that. But the timing of the proposal and everything just sort of messed me up. So here we are. Let's go to bed and watch their wedding. Got a second, Nick? I literally just rolled out of bed, so yes, I guess so. Sabrina and I are getting married today. I'd really like you to come to the wedding. Wow, why are your eyes all bugged out? Anyways, yes, I will be there. Sabrina will be happy to see you. You know what else I only just realized after watching a few of these wedding events? Is that which princess isn't here? I guess they invited me and not my wife, or she was invited and just chose not to come. I don't know. Anyways, Vaughn, do you swear to love and cherish Sabrina? I surely do. Doesn't he look nice? He looks so handsome, and he's dressed up for the occasion. He's got a smile on his face. I like it. Sabrina, do you swear to love and cherish Vaughn? Yes, I do. And Sabrina too, she just looks so lovely. I now pronounce you husband and wife. May the harvest goddess bless this happy couple. Thanks to everyone for coming out today. I feel so happy to know that everyone is wishing us well. Thank you. Dum da da da! What a beautiful wedding. And then she's gonna go on her whole spiel about blessings and so on and so forth, and that is pretty much it. Beautiful wedding. And like I said, they are really well suited for each other. Good looking couple. And then because the wedding took place on the 22nd, we skipped that day entirely, brought us right to the 23rd. The horse festival will be tomorrow, so we will be entering. I have to admit, I haven't really been paying much attention to my horse. I have been feeding it and talking to it. I did a little bit of practice for the horse festival. I think we still have enough hearts to win. But gotta be honest, I have sort of not really been paying attention to the pets, just mostly because I don't have to, because they don't die. So obviously our horse only has 8 hearts. Our dog still has 10, which is kind of shocking. And haven't made much progress with our cat, which is not good because the cat festival is in the summertime. And I have a feeling that I am not going to be winning that this year. And I may actually never win that festival now that I think about it, which is kind of depressing. I don't know. I haven't made a great deal of progress on that. Maybe that's something I should be trying to work on a little bit. Anywho'sin, now that Vaughn and Sabrina are married, that's probably the biggest change that you're gonna see is that Vaughn will stay on the island all the time. He lives on the island all the time, so you can see him every single day of the week, and obviously he moves in with Sabrina, which makes sense for a lot of reasons. Obviously he doesn't have a home on the island, A. B, she lives in a freaking mansion, so why wouldn't he? And they're both very, very happy. Of course, they have basically what the other couples have, which is the never-ending honeymoon phase where they're always happy and always cheery and always smiling when you talk to them. Even Vaughn seems a little bit happier now. He's not as... I wouldn't say down, I wouldn't say depressed. There's a word for his personality and I don't know what it is, but even he smiles a little bit more now, which is great. I've never actually gotten married to Vaughn in any time I've played this game, but that's something I might have to do because I'd be curious to see how he is if the player were to marry him. So he and Sabrina will spend time over on Meadow Island later on in the evenings, and otherwise he still goes to work, so he'll still be going over to Mirabelle's. He still hangs out here on Verger Island. And I'm sure there's some other places that the two of them go that have just kind of slipped my mind and I've kind of forgotten about. But it is nice that he moves in. And we can see him a little bit more. So you can see he leaves the mansion pretty early in the morning. And he still does come to Mirabelle's, like I mentioned. So we have now married off 3 of our 5 couples. So we still have 2 rival couples to marry, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to accidentally run into those proposal events. I've been trying to be a little bit more careful. I've been doing more frequent saving to begin with, which is always a good idea that I just haven't been following. And hopefully we'll be able to trigger those in the summertime, just kind of give us some nice events to sort of buffer in any sort of blank areas where there's just not a lot going on. So because that was kind of unexpected and didn't quite go the way that I planned, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the horse festival and the sheep festival into the next video. We can watch both of those and see what sorts of wonderfuls that we get. And then I will most likely do an update and maybe talk a little bit about the crop festival if we take part in that at the end of the month. And then before you know it, we will be going into summer already, which is pretty insane. Even though I haven't been playing this very frequently, I've been taking long breaks in between playing, it's gone by very, very quickly. Spring has kind of breezed by, which is nice. It's been nice, smooth sailing for our first season in the year, and that's always a good thing. So that's gonna be it for me. I will return in the next video with some festival type stuff, which is always fun. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.